episode 37, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. Jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan, as the Kenya Simbas are still hoping to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019. I'm Danilo Duffalo.
This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
I'm Jerry Goose, Kenyana.
Now, as usual, in part 3, we'll go into sports other than rugby. We'll start off with the bout of the week, that is boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, did that go as planned, or as you thought it would?
Yes. We discussed this in episode 36, and basically what we came out saying was that everyone thought Floyd Mayweather was going to win, and that's what we saw in the fight. I must say, this fight was more from a commercial perspective. I've kept on singing that, and I can imagine we were discussing about the amount of money that guys have made from this fight. Floyd Mayweather, I think, has made $300 million. Conor McGregor has made $180 million. So it was always, I don't think it was going to live up to the hype a proper boxing match should do. It was more about from the commercial aspect. That's my thinking, of course. I'm sure it goes like something else.
Well, as you said earlier, it was expected. However, I was a bit shocked that the McGregor lasted 10 rounds. I had predicted that around the 6th round could have been knocked out by then, because you just don't come into my discipline and take me for those 10 rounds. Yeah. But then again, as our director was trying to even get in front of camera by analyzing, saying
expert analysis.
Yes, his expert analysis earlier, that you could see that Mayweather, you could see his age as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy is a bit old, and yeah, as 50 and 0, he should just retire now. Yeah. And he's made a lot of money.
Yeah. He has made a lot of money. But I mean, I must say, and that's another discussion we're having offset, that the attention that Floyd Mayweather has brought to the welterweight division. Previously, of course, all the focus was on heavyweight, and no one really cared about what was happening below the heavyweight division. So when it's all said and done, I think credit must go to Floyd Mayweather for the attention that he's brought to the welterweight division.
Rightfully so, man. He's the best pound for pound.
Yeah.
Best boxer ever.
Yeah.
All right, and for our local football fans, soccer fans.
Football.
All right, okay. Football fans. Yeah. We had the Shemeji Derby, that is Gor Mahia versus AFC Leopards. Yeah. And that ended in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Now, moving on swiftly, you will catch us, you'll bring us up to speed with the NBA trades.
Yeah, I mean, the trade that people have been talking about, though I don't think it's completed, but the trade that guys have been talking about is Isaiah Thomas to Cleveland Cavaliers, and of course Kyrie Irving to Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving had made it very clear that he didn't want to stay at Cleveland because he felt that he was to be a franchise player. Deservedly so. To Celtics, I don't know. Isaiah Thomas to Cavs, he's a good point guard. I mean, he's the one who's carried the Celtics the last 2 or so seasons. Partnering up with LeBron, it's going to be about the chemistry between the two of them. The other thing I was thinking about is now you have Derrick Rose becomes baggage all of a sudden. Him going to Cavs. But on the other hand, for Celtics, you have Kyrie Irving moving to Celtics. Celtics traded Utah Jazz. Gordon Hayward moved to Celtics. You have Al Horford there. Again, it's all going to be how they gel. It's an issue about chemistry, but we just have to wait and see. I think it's a good move for Kyrie, and I think it's time. I mean, I get where he's coming from. That he feels that he should be the franchise player. He had been promised that at Cleveland before LeBron came. So let's wait and see how that pans out.
Well, only if it actually goes through.
Yeah.
Because the medical that Isaiah Thomas went through at Cleveland, there's a story about his hip injury and everything. Yeah, and the Cavs could actually veto this deal and get Kyrie back. Yeah. So it just depends on how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, now on to more football. Going to move on to the Premier League.
To the Premier League, the English Premier League. They say it's a drama. It's the biggest drama in sporting history. We had week 3 of the Premier League. We had Bournemouth lose to Manchester City, 2-1. We had Watford draw with Brighton 0-0. We had Newcastle beat West Ham 3-0. We had Crystal Palace lose to Swansea 2-0. We had Huddersfield, draw with Southampton 0-0. We had Manchester United beat Leicester City 2-0. We had West Brom draw with Stoke City 1-1. We had Chelsea beat Everton 2-0. We had Tottenham Hotspurs draw with Burnley 1-1. And we had Liverpool hammer Arsenal 4-0 at Anfield.
Okay. Then we move on to Formula One. Pirelli Belgian Grand Prix.
Yep. We had the Pirelli Belgian Grand Prix, Spa.
Yeah.
The results are Hamilton won. He came in first, Hamilton of Mercedes. Coming in second was Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel. And coming in third is Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo. And I think you should note that this Hamilton had equaled Michael Schumacher's pole position.
Yes, by the way.
68.
Yeah.
And even got a message from the family.
Yes.
Yeah, and going on to win it, his 58th win. Yeah, it was quite an occasion for him. Yeah.
But it's still shaping up like it's Vettel still.
Vettel still leading.
Yeah.
13 points. He has a gap of 13 points. Hamilton second.
Yeah. It's going to be a tight one.
Team Mercedes, of course.
Yeah.
This is going to go down to the wire.
Yeah.
All right, then for our bonus topic, we move on to motorsports, where we will compare rally drivers versus Formula One drivers. Now, I personally would really love to know the difference because, driver ni driver. I don't know.
Kuna driver Mercedes na basi.
Kuna nafasi ya dereva ni ile.
Anyway, Gus, start us off.
There are two different disciplines, if I may say so, because F1 it's just stomach, let me put it. It's a stomach, and it's a lot of technical bits, and the car really tends to win as well, more than the driver. But then again, sometimes the driver, not even sometimes, usually the driver has to also be very aggressive and skilled as well, and know when to overtake, when to change the tires, and the whole team, if I may say so. But at the end of the day, I think rally drivers might take it from me. They may actually be better, considering what they go through. They go through the tarmac, all kinds of terrain. It's tarmac, gravel, maram, and I think even Kenyan drivers, rally drivers, could be better. The likes of Kantundo, even Iceman maybe. But these guys go through a lot. It's really excruciating to their bodies, especially. But then again, F1, they experience a lot of G-forces. And those guys lose weight in every race. We always see them going to weigh after the race and everything, and they sweat. Maybe even, I hear that they pee on themselves.
They have diapers.
Okay. So, at the end of the day, I think rally drivers will come on top.
Mine is a bias. I don't really, I know about the sport, but I don't really follow Formula One like an ardent fan. That's why I'm more of a WRC guy, a rally guy. And a couple of things I want to mention, not two things. Number one, there used to be a race that used to be organized a while back, pitting the Formula One drivers versus the rally drivers. And in all of those races, the rally drivers are the ones used to come out on top. I think those were the days when Michael Schumacher was still there. Yep. And the rally WRC guys always used to beat the Formula One guys. That's number one. Number two, Kimi Raikkonen moved from F1 to WRC. He never featured in the top 10 in the years he was in WRC. And immediately he moved back, he was back to where he was in Formula One. As Ngusa said, Formula One is normally very predictable. It's the route, for lack of a better word. You know the track.
The track is constant.
It's constant. You are there every year. Rally, on the other hand, there's a loose giraffe crossing like back in the day. That's why they used to have the choppers, following the drivers to clear the road and warn them about what's happening in front. So rally drivers are able to adapt to what's happening then. For an F1 driver, I think, number one, it's a car. The car has a very big part to play. Number two, you already know this corner is like this corner is like this. Like these guys, when we used to, before our engagement that grounds us to rugby, when we used to follow the rally a lot, and you'd be told how the navigator and the driver are on the routes making their pace notes, right? Because you just don't say turn left here.
Yeah.
It's a Max Bra or whatever they're talking about at 200 km per hour, So, of course, I'm arguing from a bias angle, but also I just do think taking both sports, F1 and rally, I agree with Goose. Rally drivers are more skilled than F1 drivers.
And then these are the guys who are stunt drivers, if we say so. The likes of Ken Block.
Yes.
The guy has been doing a lot of, like, the way you have exhibition driving.
Yes.
The way you have sevens, this is exhibition, and then you have the real rugby 15s.
Yes.
This guy tried WRC.
Yes.
Never featured anywhere.
He never featured anywhere.
However, when it comes to doing slides and drifting, yeah, he's at the top.
He's very big. Let me tell you, WRC is on another level. Like, I remember the argument, of course, has always been between who's the greatest rally driver that guys have ever seen. Is it Sebastian Loeb? Is it Tommy Mäkinen? And it's good for Kenya because the argument has always been Tommy Mäkinen has won 4 WRCs.
Yes.
Sebastian Loeb has won 8, I think, or thereabouts. But he's never won the Safari. And that's where the argument always
However, he had a good outing. When his first and only Safari.
Yes.
He had a very good showing.
Yeah.
And, well, mine, I'd give Loeb action. Loeb would come on top. I think he's the best.
I'm sure you guys could go on and on and on, but I have definitely learned something new. I hope you have too. That's it for episode 37, part 3 of the 3 Quarters podcast. Remember, you can like our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Demi Duffield.
This is Nyashi, official noisemaker.
I'm Jerry Goose, Kenyana.
And we're out.